What's good, guys? Welcome back to the Milk Carton series. I'm your host, Stephanie. If you are new tuning in, welcome to a crime lover's addiction. Now, today is Monday and we are focusing on the missing. Today, we will be discussing 29-year-old Michael McClain. Michael went missing from Nashua, New Hampshire, and that was the last time anyone has ever seen him. He's been missing since April 20th of 2019. Grew up in Stamford, Connecticut. He grew up with a loving family. His mother would call him her sunshine, and he just really brought a joy to his family. His mother stayed close even though he moved to New Hampshire. Those that knew Michael said he was full of life. He was a jokester. He loved to have a great time and just did not stress about the shortcomings of life. He was also known to play sports, especially basketball. His friends and family said he did a great job at playing basketball. When graduating in 2008, he went off to college where he received his Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice. Upon moving to Manchester, New Hampshire, Michael was offered a job at the Easter Seals, which was a nonprofit organization. This nonprofit worked with youth that had disabilities. Michael worked specifically with those children who had autism. He really loved working with those youth because he was truly passionate about helping others. Evening of April 20th, 2019, Michael traveled to Nashua, New Hampshire, where he would spend 2 nights with his friends and go off to the club Tropical Lounge. While he was there, an altercation kicked off between 2 females, one of which was one of his acquaintances. He tried his best to defuse the situation, but things escalated even more and the police were called. It had been stated that the crowd really didn't separate until about 1:45 a.m. and that was when the police arrived. So I can only imagine what happened in that moment. So after leaving the club, that was the last time anyone had ever seen Michael, and it was very unlike him to just not be heard of, whether it was a text or phone call. What's strange about this is it was said that he called his boss and he said to his boss that they're after me, it's more than one. Probably wondering why he called his boss, but him and his boss were really close and she would always help him far as when they would go out. He tried to call him back. Michael did not answer his cell phone. Then it had been stated that he texted a neighbor. He sent a text saying help LOR, and that was pretty much what was in the text. And he also wrote in the text Eldred bro. So it was said to believe maybe he was thinking of the street where he was at the moment. Same night, his friends tried to text him for over 45 minutes, and when they did not hear from him, they ended up leaving and going back to Manchester. On April 22nd, Michael did not show up for work, and this was very unlike him. Neither did he call his mother or grandmother. No one had heard from Michael. And what's strange is it was Easter, so he didn't call his family. His sister's birthday came up, didn't say happy birthday. And what's even strange is calls to his cell phone went straight to voicemail. His father stated that he would not just leave on his own accord. And even if he would have left, he would have texted or called his mother to let his mother know his plans because the two were very close. The 2 friends that he was with stated that they got separated during the altercation, which I naturally think to believe that he must have left on foot because his vehicle was parked, you know, back at the house. So as they were trying to understand what happened that night, they ended up getting Michael's phone records, and his phone records pinged that he was about 0.4 miles away. He went to a McDonald's, and it also stated that law enforcement believed that the text messages that he sent, he might have used the voice dictation. And you know how when you're using your phone and you're trying to do a voice thing of the text, it says all crazy mess. So they believe maybe he did that, or whoever had his phone did that at this McDonald's around 2 a.m. So you think about, he left the club. Well, he was at the club altercation, and police didn't come until around 1:45, so he probably left because of what was going on. And you know, people don't want to deal with the popos, so you leave and you try to go move away until you can like get some clarity of what's going on. And then you're not far from where the lounge to the McDonald's, so that kind of makes sense. So according to reports, Michael had been said that he told someone, which was a witness, that he saw an acquaintance while traveling to McDonald's. And it was never said that he appeared to look distressed or if he was in any type of trouble. No one really could tell, or neither did he say anything. There is video footage of him leaving the McDonald's on April 21st. There's also footage of him leaving an apartment complex, 11 Bancroft Street, which was not far from the McDonald's, that same night. And this was time-stamped around 3:30 a.m. It showed him entering and leaving the apartment complex garage, and this was located near the rear of the building. And it also was stated that he went to a local convenience store to make a phone call. It's unknown if he even made the phone call or what he was doing in that particular moment. Michael's mother and father had traveled to New Hampshire in hopes of finding their son. They have searched woods, they have searched alleyways, they have searched so many places in trying to find him. They even went door to door asking questions, trying to find any answers as in the disappearance of their son, Michael McClain. And there has not been any new information as they were in this, in this path. I can only imagine how heart-wrenching that is. Also has been no activity on Michael's social media accounts. None of his credit cards have been used. There has been some reports stating that they believe that Michael drowned in a nearby river, but his family believes that's not true, and they don't believe that he would just go in a river at 3:30 in the morning or around that time that he disappeared. So in September of 2019, the Lost and Missing organization put up numerous posters to share the word of the disappearance of Michael McClain. There was also a vigil that was held for him to keep spreading the awareness that he is missing, and his family is really looking for him. So it has been stated in the report that I'm looking at that investigators have been really tight-lipped about the disappearance of Michael. There hasn't been any new information since, from what I believe, since April 2020. And they state that the police have followed up on every request. Some things turning up false, some things that just didn't pan out. But of course, Michael's parents believe that the police haven't really done enough to get the attention on the disappearance of Michael. And what's crazy is I have never heard of this story. And I'm not just saying that. I have never heard of this story about Michael. I only found this story in my search of looking for missing individuals. And it's truly sad because, that's why I started this journey. Because so many people do not get the proper voice. And it's truly sad because everyone deserves the proper voice, regardless of your skin color. And regardless of what your pockets can afford. If you're missing, you're missing. And people's families deserve every single right to get national news. They play the most bogus stuff on the news. It's like you can't even run a simple ad for someone's loved one. Like, not even 5 minutes of your time. Like, really? That is all for today's missing person case. It's truly sad because you look at someone's age, you look at, the date they went missing. So you start thinking about, like, what were you doing on this day? And it just really makes your heart wrench because it could be you. And that's why it's so important that we shed light on these stories and we talk about them, because this is someone's loved one, someone's brother, someone's, uncle or niece or nephew, not niece, of course, because he's a guy, but nephew. It's just like, at the end of the day, his life matters, and we all should get proper media attention. And I pray that just by what I do can shed some light. It's, to me, sometimes it feels like it's not enough because, I'm just a small YouTuber. But Michael McClain is 29 years old. He is still missing. He went missing on April 20th of 2019. What he was wearing has not been listed in this article. I will double check, and if I do find anything else, I'll add it at the end of this video. He stated that he is medium built. He is about 5 feet 10 inches, and he weighed about 190 pounds. Braids at the time of his disappearance, and his eye color is brown. but he is also known to wear green contacts as well. Both his ears are pierced, and he was last seen goatee, and he has a variety of tattoos. So I'll link all that below so you guys can check out as well. If you have any information regarding the disappearance of Michael McClain, you are asked to reach out to Oshawa Police Department.